Okay guys, today we're going to be doing the percentages and percentage change today. And this is going to be our lesson 1.2. So let's get to it. So first, what is a percentage? A percentage meaning is out of a fraction, which is out of 100. Then when trying to figure out the percentage, make the fraction equal to another fraction with the denominator of 100. So for example, they give us here an example fraction. It may not necessarily be 3/5, but for example, they gave us an example fraction and they made it equal to x over 100 because percent is out of 100. Percent is out of 100. That is why. And whatever x will be equal to your percentage. So then what you would do is you take that number and write a percent sign. So for example, if I had 5 over 100, then it would be 5%. Okay? So now that we know that, let's take a look at the other concept, which is going to be conversions between the percentages. So you can convert between a fraction, decimal, and percent. When converting from a decimal to a percentage, you're going to move the decimal to the right 2 times by multiplying by 100. Same thing works vice versa. When I'm trying to convert a percent back to a decimal, I'm going to move the decimal point twice to the left because I'm dividing by 100. I'm doing the opposite what I did to get to the percent. Right? Then now, again, from the fraction to a percentage, you're going to make the fraction equal to another fraction with a denominator of 100 and the numerator of x. And then you would cross multiply to figure out the x value. Now, it's exactly what I showed you on the other slide for the fraction. So now let's take a look at the decimal here. The decimal here, I have 0.35 is my decimal. Oh, let me get out my pen. 0.35 is my decimal. I'm going to multiply it by 100, and then I'm going to move it twice to the right, and then I get 35%. Okay? That's how you would convert it from a decimal to a percentage. Okay? Now let's take a look at the next concept, and that's percentage change. Now, percentage change is very more important concept. That's because you're trying to find a change between two values. So if I have you're starting at one value, and then you're going to another value. The whole point of the percentage change is to find the percentage increase or percentage decrease between them. So for example, if I have, let's say for example here, that I have, let's say I start off with $50, okay? Right? Actually, give me a second. Alright. So say I start off with $50, and then the next week I earn, let's say, $90. I get at the end. So at the end of the first week, I have $50. At the end of the second week, I have $90. And then they're asking, what is the percentage change between them? So when you're trying to find the percentage change, you want to find, since this is an increase, this will be a percent increase. But if I started off with $50 and then at the end I spent most of it, and at the end of the second week I have, let's say, $15, then this will be a percent decrease because it is decreasing. Okay? So in that case, you can use this formula right here. I'm going to explain it to you in a minute about how to find it. So let's take a look at, we're going to implement this into our $50, $90 example. So I start off with $50, and then you go to $90, and then what is the percentage change, right? So the formula is going to be the new value minus the original value divided by the original value divided by times 100, right? So the new value is going to be the value that you just changed. So in this case, it's going to be the $90. That's going to be my new value. And then my original value is going to be what I started off with, which is going to be, it's bothering me. This is going to be the original value. That's what I started with. I started with $50. Okay? So with that, you're just going to plug it in. So that means if my new value is 90 minus 50, which is my original value, divided by 50, which is also my original value, multiply it by 100. So if I do that, then I will get, let me do it down here. So then I get 40 over 50, or 40 over 50 times 100. Okay? So then, if I take out the zeros, then I get 4/5 times 100 over 1. So if I cancel that out, this I get 1, I get 20. So basically I'm getting 4 times 20, and that means that will be 80. Okay? So that means the percentage change between it, since the percent increase is going to be an 80% increase. Okay? Alright, now let's take a look at the next concept. Hopefully you understood that. If you don't, make sure to rewatch this part of the video until you understand, okay? Alright. Now, this concept is similar to the percentage change, but we're implementing this in a different way. So, this is called percentage error. Okay? So percentage error means that you calculate something and then you realize you made a mistake. And the percentage error is trying to figure out what's the percent of error that you made between those, right? Between the one that you estimated and the actual value. Okay? So the formula is going to be measured value minus the correct value divided by the correct value times 100. Now that's the way I put it in to make it easier for you guys to understand. Because if I said the exact value, then you guys might have been kind of confused, because that's from the actual formula. But instead of putting the exact value, I put in the correct value to make sure you guys understand. Okay? So, for example, let's say, if I have 50, so say if I estimated the length of my house is 50 feet, right? So, and then a contractor comes and measures it, and it says it as 65 feet, right? What is the percentage error? So my measured value was 50 minus the correct value, which is 65, divided by 65, multiplied by 100. So I'm going to get negative 15 over 65 multiplied by 100. So then I can take that out and I can get, oh no, I can't do that. Let me erase that line. I can do that with 65 though. So that means this will be 20. 65 divided by 5, what is that going to be? Let's quickly do the math. 65 divided by 5. That's going to be 13. Okay? That is going to be 13. Let me erase that quickly. Okay, so 13. So then I get negative 15 over 13 multiplied by 20. Okay? So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply 20. So that means I'll get negative 300. Negative 300 divided by 13. And I'm going to go to my calculator. Quickly, let me get to my calculator. So, we're looking at, let me take that out. So we're looking at negative 300. So, then it's going to be 300. 300 divided by 13 is going to be a decimal. So, we're saying we made a negative 23% error. So about 23% change between our error, because our error was less than the actual value. So yeah, that means negative 23% would be the percentage error between my mistake and the correct value. Okay? Alright, let's take a look at some example problems now. It says in Miami, Florida, the highest temperature is 105 degrees Fahrenheit, the lowest temperature is 60 degrees Fahrenheit. What is the percentage change between the highest and lowest temperature? So my new value is going to be 60 degrees. My original value is going to be 105. So that means I'm gonna remember the formula: new minus original value divided by the original value multiplied by 100. Okay? So let's plug it in now. So 60 minus 105 divided by 105 multiplied by 100. Okay? So that means I'm going to get negative 45 over 105 multiplied by 100 over 1. So if I take that out, this will be 20, this will be 21. So that means I get negative 45 over 21 times 20. Okay? And then it looks like I can't cancel out anymore. So that means I'll get negative 900 divided by 21. So that means let's go back to our calculator here. So we're doing 900 divided by 21. So about a 43, if I round it, it's going to be about around a 43% percentage change between them. Okay? Now let's take a look at the next problem. It says John measured the length of his wall, which was 5 feet, and when the contractor measured the wall, it was 6.5 feet. What is the percentage error made? So, remember, it's going to be the measured value minus the original value divided by the original not original. I was referring to the percentage change. Measured minus correct value, and this will be divided by the correct value times 100. Okay? So now let's plug it in. Measured, which is the one John measured, is 5. The one that's correct is 6.5 divided by 6.5 multiplied by 100. So this will be negative 1.5 over 6.5 times 100. Okay? So if I multiply, this will be negative 150 divided by 6.5. If I multiply that by 100, and then, so let's do it. Let's do it in the calculator. 150 divided by 6.5. So again, referring about another 23% error made there. Okay? Alright, that's it for today's video. Hopefully you understood everything, and hopefully this was also helpful to you guys. Make sure to leave a like down below, and also subscribe while you're at it. And hopefully you keep watching these videos because they're really helpful. Thank you.